standing strong and tall. Yeah, this is the bovine coming on the air, sharing the stories of the folks who care. Profiles of passion, voices of the trade, dairy strong legends being made. Yeah, this is the bovine coming on the air, sharing the stories of the folks who care. Profiles of passion, voices of the trade, dairy strong legends being
Welcome to the Bovine Podcast, where today I have an incredible story about a man many in the dairy industry admire and respect, Alberto Medina. Now, Alberto is not your average cattle fitter. Far from it. Imagine traveling to over a dozen countries each year, participating in more than 30 dairy shows worldwide, and somehow managing to sleep fewer than 100 nights in your own bed annually. Sounds exhausting, right? Well, for Alberto, it's just part of the journey. A journey that began in the fields of his family's farm, Argomota Holsteins. From a very young age, Alberto was steeped in the love of showing, clipping cattle since his teenage years, initially on his family's farm and later for friends. Early in his career, he spent a decade with the Cemex Spain team, combining fitting and customer support. About 13 years ago, Alberto decided to take a leap and became a full-time fitter. That's when his life truly took flight. He now traverses Europe, North America, South America, Asia, Australia, you name it. But what truly sets Alberto apart is his warm, magnetic personality. Imagine landing alone in a distant country, jet-lagged and exhausted, only to be welcomed by his infectious enthusiasm and genuine humility. The logistics of such constant travel are staggering, juggling different electrical systems, varied feeding programs, fluctuating climates, and ever-shifting cultural nuances. Sometimes Alberto has to fly home for just one day to change luggage and sharpen blades, then catch another flight the very next morning. Add language barriers to the mix. Alberto speaks Spanish, Italian, and English fluently, and when needed, turns to technology for communication assistance. Among the many remarkable cattle Alberto has worked with, one star shines brightest, Linde Ariel Jordan. When Alberto first encountered her as a 2-year-old, she was small, narrow, with straight legs and soft pastures. But through his expertise and patience, she transformed into one of the best show cows in the world. At 14 years old, she's still competing and getting better every year. Alberto's keen eye for potential is legendary. He spotted future champions like Tobias Sid Silvey and Muri McCutcheon Urigan early on, predictions that were sometimes met with skepticism from breeders who had a hard time believing him at the time. Not all cattle are angels. King Boy Birdie is notorious for being one of the hardest cows Alberto has ever walked into a ring with, yet he approaches such spirited personalities with patience and respect. One of Alberto's most meaningful victories came from a cow he bought with friends back in 2006. She went on to become grand champion at European Dairy Show in Italy in both 2008 and 2009, and later junior champion at Swiss Expo in 2020. It perfectly captures his collaborative spirit. Despite worldwide acclaim, Alberto remains refreshingly grounded. He candidly admits that one elusive crown remains, conquering the World Dairy Expo. He's been in the middle of the ring at the end of the day at almost every show he's been to around the world, but Expo still awaits. His success is no accident. Alberto embraces the philosophy that great achievements require collaborative effort. As he puts it, you can't be in two places at the same time, so you always depend on a good team. Success is about teamwork. His preparation philosophy is equally thoughtful. Every animal is different, but the best results come from those who have their animals ready all year round, not just scrambling at the last minute. There are moments of levity too, like the time a goat ran into a ring full of cows. Alberto calls it priceless. Or when a prized cow escaped during a milking stop on a trip from Spain to Italy and was dangerously close to jumping onto the highway. But perhaps the strangest situation Alberto has encountered. People trying to ban him from doing his job at shows because they think he's too good at it. Yes, this actually happened. When asked about maintaining his reputation as one of the nicest people in the industry, Alberto's response is refreshingly honest. I don't think so. There are people that love me, but also many on the other way. That candor is part of his charm. Alberto's insights about cattle conformation challenge conventional thinking. He believes wideness is the true type of cow. Modern cows need wide chest, wide open rib, wide rumps much more than being long and tall. His advice to young people interested in the dairy cattle exhibition world is simple but profound. Travel and see other ways of showing, because every country is different and there are so many ways to do the same thing. Alberto's story transcends the world of cattle fitting. It's about passion, resilience, adaptability, and above all, the power of genuine human connection. In an industry that can sometimes reward sharp elbows over generous hearts, he's proven that excellence and kindness aren't mutually exclusive. Whether you're a breeder dreaming of championships, a fitter honing your craft, or simply someone who appreciates a story about dedication and character, Alberto Medina's journey offers profound inspiration. His greatest achievement isn't any single championship or distance record. It's demonstrating that the most effective way to succeed globally is through authentic relationships, one genuine connection at a time. Thanks for listening to the Bullvine Podcast. Stay inspired, keep pushing boundaries, and remember, sometimes the best way to conquer the world is to make friends with it, one conversation at a time. We'll see you next episode.